Hey, I don't want any acts of vengeance. I want all inquiries made. Get together the heads of the other five families. Bozzini, that pimp, Tatalia. Like I said. And tell my son Sonny. Then maybe next time he should have paid for the easy pass. I'm sorry. If you grew up on Long Island, the old joke was they would never have gotten Sonny at the causeway if he had just had easy pass. It's true. So that was my Vito Corleone, obviously, in case you didn't get it from when he comes in and sees her. Look at what they did to my boy, my beautiful boy. They massacred him. Uh, and I thought that was appropriate based upon the news that's ricocheting around about our fallen comrade Yusuf. Thankfully, not in real life, but I know Yusuf a little bit. I wouldn't call myself a friend, but uh, I thought I thought he got banned because he had found a way to break the time-space continuum and actually comment on your videos before you put them out. At least he seems to. I mean, I swear, I put them out, and 3 seconds later, I get this extensive comment from Yusuf. If you're watching this through someone else's account, I'm just joking. I was appreciated your comments, but I got to know Yusuf a little bit. I was in a Discord chat. The T-shirt with uh, the pussy cat with the machine gun who's smoking a pipe. That's from Sapper Smokes, and he has a Discord chat that I've joined a couple of times, and Yusuf was a part of that. And Yusuf had a Hercules, or has a Hercules pipe. I shouldn't talk about him past tense. Has a Hercules pipe from Mr. Bosco, London Calling with Simon, and he mentioned that. Actually, how we started to correspond a little bit was over that because I put out something about Mr. Bosco, and he referenced that in this comment. But yes, if you haven't heard, Yusuf, who's certainly one of the most prolific members of this thing of ours, note that phrase, this thing of ours, I'll come back to it, um, was taken off, taken out, whacked, as we say, up in the Northeast by the powers that be. He's allowed his, and he wasn't warned prior. And apparently, he was, per the letter that was shared with Just Piping, he was taken out because of his comments regarding this thing of ours and specific words that he employed. None of them the George Carlin seven naughty words. Was it seven or eight naughty words? But whatever. So, why did I say this thing of ours? Well, I did so specifically. I had a boss who did something, well, he did a number of things for me that were very good, but he taught me. He's not the boss who made me the most money, but he probably taught me the most. And he would say, don't come in and complain unless you have a solution. Also cuts down the noise. And I saw the video from Piper Dave just sort of lamenting as well the drop off in the activity in this thing of ours. Again, using that phrase for a reason. And so I thought about it while I was, oh, I'm almost at 5 minutes. 59, 501. Well, I was taking a shit. No, maybe. Um, and I thought I had something constructive. Plus, I wanted to let people know about the use of thing. Oh, and I'm smoking this in homage to Nording, if you haven't heard. According to the Danish Pipe Shop, um, Nording is going to cease production as of February of next year. The old man Nording is 85. I think he deserves to take a break. But no word on its trademark. No word that I know of. Trademark is going to go on. Are they going to keep on doing this? The hunting pipe. Great smoker. And I'm smoking. Uh, what aromatic did I put in? I had to go with an aromatic. I put in black cherry from, what is that, Riverwood tobacco? Somebody sent me a sample of Rivertown. I had to go with that because Frau Avert was off today. I had my two upper permanent crowns put in. So to treat her for driving me, we took a little road trip, and I was just looking what to put in my pocket. I was wearing a formal shirt, Oxford, to take along. And I saw, oh, here's a sampler I got. I bought a whole bunch of samplers from Sutliff because they were on deal. I think it was the West Virginia Smoke Shop. And it was Crooner. And I had it before, but I like alternating. So we drove. We were out and about for 6, 7 hours. So I had 5.5 hours of Crooner. I hate it. I liked it every once in a while, but that deer tongue, and I was smoking a Peterson Billiard. It gummed that some bitch up like nobody's business. I mean, they're out of business. Embrace. Jesus, what a repetitive bastard I'm turning into. Um, they're out of business anyway. Business. But I wouldn't. Crooner, stay away from it. Nasty. If you're smoking more than one bowl at a time. But then again, I don't like Black Irish Twist, and some people swear by it. So what do I know? This thing of ours. So I know I said I was going to do the thing on, and I am on Pipe Cutter Social, but this is a thing of ours. Oh, hey, you want to be on the video? Oh, the guard, come here, Hildy. Want to see you? Oh, Hildegard. Okay. So he's thinking about Mr. Yusuf. And, it really sucks for him because this was a big part of his life. I don't know that much about him, but he traveled from South Africa. I don't think he's a great man of means. And toured around the United States, staying with friends he made through the community of people who do this. And he had a great time and posted about it, etc. But for him to have this denied to him, I mean, I think that's a real body blow. That really sucks for him. Certainly something. He's such a nice guy too. I mean, if anyone should be banned, it should be some bastard like me. Not that I want to give anyone encouragement, but I digress. So, the mafia. The mafia wasn't always called the mafia. And no, I won't be putting this as a pipe cutter social post, but I have to give a little history here. Nobody really knows where the term mafia comes from, It was a big part of my life growing up because I grew up on the 516, and in particular, around where I lived, it was the no shoot zone for the five families, meaning this was where they conducted their personal life. So we had lots of them living. Junior Gotti lived, as the crow flies, maybe 4 miles from where I grew up. And by the way, only about 2 miles from where Teddy Roosevelt's Sagamore Hill is. Chieftains of the Bonanno family, of the Lucchese's. Not too many of the Ivy League family. Chin Gigante's outfit. The Genovese. Not too many of them, but we had, I'm sure, a member of each of the five families within spitting distance of where I grew up. And Glen Cove, which is one of only two actual cities on Long Island, was essentially an Italian American community. And it was at least, oh, you want to did you get trapped? I'm sorry. Oh, come on. Oh, it's because it's Coco. Um, so, I mean, I grew up because where my dad worked was in Glen Cove. I grew up hearing Italian. It was not uncommon. If you would stop, I'd go to Rosano's for a hero, best heroes in town. Not the best deli. I was in Locust Valley, but I digress. And the best that anyone can figure is that the mafia, the term, um, it's actually um, an acronym, and it comes from the wail of a mother when a French occupier of Sicily killed her child in a demonstration. And it's Morta alla France, MAF, death to France, Italia a notte, um, Italy cries. That's the way it's pronounced where I grew up. Italy, Italy, just like it's Israel. But I digress. And it's challah bread, challah bread. So that's where, but it really comes from The Godfather and from the novel by Puzo. And I don't exactly know why. Pardon, I have to blow my nose. Oh, pardon. I don't exactly know why Puzo, who was a Bayshore boy, by the way, right where my favorite job was of all time. That jacket is a lab coat from there. I get buried in that, by the way, but I digress. Um, that phrase was not current in law enforcement circles to refer to organized crime. If you go back and you read through the case files, you'll see this reference to LCN. What does that stand for? La Cosa Nostra. That's even if you listen to Gotti, old man Gotti, not Junior, on the tapes. He's always talking about La Cosa Nostra this, La Cosa Nostra that. Now, why? What does that mean? Well, La Cosa Nostra means, from Italian, this thing of ours. And that's how made guys referred to what they did. Probably the best film about what the mafia is really like at the grunt level is Donnie Brasco. When you see Donnie Brasco trying to bash a parking meter to get spare change, that's not too far removed from the daily grind of a lower level mob guy. But it also introduces you to all the rituals. So there's that famous scene where he's walking with the informant, or the undercover rather, Donnie Brasco, and he's talking about, now if I introduce you as a friend of ours, that means you're a made guy, and I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna call you a friend of mine, which means that you're connected to me, but you're not a made guy. Which basically means you can talk to this guy about how we're going to shake down the dry cleaner over on Flatbush Avenue and threaten to burn his business down unless he kicks us $500 a week. But don't talk to him about how we're going to whack out Johnny Gorilla Nuts from the Bonanno family because of a beef somewhere in Brooklyn. Because he's not allowed. Oh, not enough cloud storage. Did I not? No. Fuck you. I guess I didn't delete the old video. So hopefully this won't get caught off. But La Cosa Nostra, this thing of ours, LCN. And the other thing you learn from mafia films is that everyone has a nickname. Matty the Horse was Matty Iannello, famously. And some of them get ridiculous. I won't go through the list. But the most famous of them was the guy who eventually became the head of the real head, the Genoveses, who were the biggest. They were called the Ivy League of the 5 families that ran New York. They were famous for having a show boss that they let everyone think was the boss, and then law enforcement would focus on them, and then the real boss was someone else. So if you look at that big indictment, the one that Castellano got nailed on and was about to go to trial on before he got whacked out at Sparks Steakhouse. I went to Sparks, very good steakhouse, by the way. Fitting for a last meal, although he didn't get to eat it. So Tony Fat Salerno, oh, that gave off a lot, was mine in London, was the name boss of the Genoveses. He really wasn't. It was a guy named Vincent the Chin Gigante. And the Chin was so named because when his people when his people wanted to reference him, they went like this. Now, he was a boxer, and he used to lead with his chin, and his chin was made of granite. He was actually Golden Gloves, as I recall. A pretty good boxer. And that's how I got it. But henceforth, when he got into the life and got up the ladder. Now, if you're testifying in court, how do you testify that a guy went like this and said nothing? Brilliant. He also had the whole act where he acted crazy. He had an apartment in Greenwich Village, which used to be an Italian enclave. He'd walk around muttering, there's no shit, on the sidewalk, wearing his bathrobe and being led around, unfortunately, by his brother, who was a priest and a former city council member. And then also had a secret family, but I digress. So, what's your point, fat boy? Okay. So, a couple of things. The first thing is, I would encourage people to not take unnecessary risks, provocation. Give you a concrete example. That lovely man, that noted thespian, that erudite presenter, I of course refer to Stovepipe 1863, recently got a lovely merchant services. And I saw in a lot of the comments, people said, what a lovely pussy cat. Don't say that. Say, that's a lovely merchant services. That's a lovely briar. If someone has a meerschaum or a corn cob, or if you're really esoteric, do the Will Bill. A morta. Don't say the P word. Or certainly don't type it. I think the algorithms are more geared towards going through comments anyway. I could be wrong there. So that's number one. Number two, and I'm going to follow it starting with this video, is I've reflexively, why is this not lighting? I reflexively put our acronym on all of my videos because I want new people to maybe watch, discover the joy, the bile, the misogyny that is Fritz Avert. I'm egotistical, but I like walking in showers on the beach, drinking a margarita. I'm not going to do that anymore. I think using our four letters, the first of which is a Y, and the last of which is a C, is going to be a flag in the future. Okay, great. Then how do we know who's in and who's out? Well, that's where my old boss comes in. Don't complain about something unless you have a solution. I think we should change. Just like La Cosa Nostra, I think we should come up with something different. And what I propose is KOTF. KOTF. Hashtag KOTF. What does that stand for? I love this. The hell does this come from? Keepers of the Flame. Now, there was a great documentary. I still haven't watched it. Apparently, you can't get it anywhere except for clips. It's about pipe makers. I forgot who told me about it. Um, I've just seen a couple of clips. One is an Italian guy, one's an American, and I think one guy just is a briar cutter. I could be getting it wrong, but there's a video about pipe. Oh, I used the P word. P makers by that title, but I don't think they can trademark it. And I think at a metaphoric level, as Will Bill 1966 would say, it works as well. Because I do think we are keeping a flame of another sort. And that other sort, and again, I said I wouldn't be making these long ass philosophical videos, but I have to explain myself a little bit. So did I urinate on this pipe tobacco first? This is the uric acid blowing. That's probably why it smells so good. So bad. And then it goes out. It's London for 15 seconds and then it goes out. Jordan Peterson, Dr. Jordan Peterson, Canadian Jungian. Two things we have in common. He's a professional, I'm an armchair. Sorry, it's riding up a little bit. Um, but I don't agree with many things that Peterson puts forward. I'm not qualified to disagree or agree in a lot of other areas. I generally like the fellow because I think he's an intellectual. A deep intellectual? No. But certainly as much of one as I am, if not more so. But I find a number of his insights correct based upon my own experience, based upon my own readings. And one of them has to do with the feminization of social media and how certain outlets get forced to choose between a male or a female identity. And Peterson's insight is that if you think certain behaviors don't translate because you choose the feminine road. You are dead wrong. And the prime example he cites is bullying. Bullying is almost always associated as a male behavior. It's not. Females bully just as much and sometimes even more aggressively. And they don't fight fair. Because the way that females bully is completely different. They bully through reputation and character assassination. The old tale of the washerwoman, the yenta, the gossip, the tea, whatever you may call it, that's the beginning of female bullying. And social media platforms usually adopt either a female or a male identity. And if they adopt a female one, embodied in their core values, they then allow for the tactics associated with that gender to rule the day. Now, I hate to say it, but this platform that we're on, it's got female values. So we have to be hip to that. And we have to not provide the ammunition. And that's why I think KOTF, 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 KOTF might be a good idea. KOTF. It's almost German sounding. There's a better, there's probably a better acronym too, but I'll start the ball rolling. So, sorry, Yusuf. We can also adopt cool mafia-like nicknames for one another. I don't think we should do our ats anymore, our handles. That might be a little bit too identifying as well. Again, I don't know how algorithms work. I always say Will Bill. I don't think I type his name out, but I do put in my videos, which I'll stop doing in the comments, those affected may include boom, 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 boom. I won't do that starting with this one. I'll just put a name, and if you know, you know, and if you don't, you can ask someone who you hope knows, and if you care that much. And I kind of hate that because, like Porch Piper Tom, he'll put a comment about me, and I watch his stuff anyway, but you know how these notifications work. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Piper Dave, I'm fully subscribed to his channel. And today was the first day I got a notification of a video from him, that fine looking man. You're a fine looking man, Mr. Garrison. A little JFK humor there. The film, that is. Not the back and to the left. See, that's just bad. But I hadn't got a notification about his stuff in a dog's age. And I'm fully subscribed. What the fuck? But when you tag somebody, it pricks their ears up. You know what? I just take back. If I'm going to do KOTF and just reference Kim Kardashian in a connubially compromising position in all my video titles, then I will keep referencing the individual. And I'll just say, and these fine, well-endowed individuals might be referenced in my video. Unless, of course, it's Caroline Rose or Carrie. I won't be insulting. So, that's it. Sorry, I got a little bit into the politics and the other stuff, but I thought I had to explain myself. And I have I have Big Boy here. He's not gonna like this, but he's he's just such a bunch of pudding. I'm sorry, baby, but they need to see you. Oh, you're gonna come over? Come here. Oh, come here. Here. This is the new one. This is Hildegard. Hildegard. She's only been in for 2 days now, and she's completely housebroken. Okay, that was a good girl. That was a good Hildegard. Yeah. So that's our latest rescue. She's been a very good girl. And I got my big boy here. My big boy is maybe 25 pounds. We're afraid to take him to the vet and what they're going to say. He used to be so skinny. And she's maybe 6 pounds. She took a run at him today. And they both have their claws, by the way. She took a run at him today. He went fleeing and came back in here to we call this the A-team room, to sit next to me. And he hasn't moved since. He could be a general in the Swiss army. But I digress. Hit the fucking bouton.